What's going on, guys? I'm Screaminal, and today I'm going to be showing you a GTX 960 4GB in SLI. These are super clock cards, and I haven't seen any of these cards being benchmarked in SLI, so I thought I'd bring you guys that. I'm just going to give you an overview on my own specs, going to show you the Valley benchmarks, and then show you what it looks like in games. So let's go ahead and get started. So just to go over my PC specs, I have those two GTX 960s in SLI. They're 4 GB. I have the Intel i7 4790K CPU. I have 16 gigs of RAM, and I'm running on Windows 10 Pro. I'm running the Extreme HD test that comes with the Valley benchmark. That way, it's nice and standardized, and when we're comparing these results to other cards, I'm comparing those same Extreme HD benchmarks. So here is the single card score. So it was only getting 31.6 frames per second, and in a couple seconds now, the score of the SLI will be showing up, and you'll notice it is more than 100% scaling. So there it is, 65.8. That is insane scaling, and I don't think anybody really would have expected that. I didn't. But now that I'm kind of bragging on it this way, let's go see how it does in games. So here you can see my settings in Battlefield 4. I do have everything on Ultra. I keep those field of views at around 90 and 95. If I do it more than that, it gives me a weird headache. It's just kind of really fish-eyed, and I don't like it. I keep the resolution scale at 100%. You can put it up more. Just depends on what you want to do. I keep VSync off for this game. And if you can deal with watching a little bit of my really bad gameplay, you'll notice it doesn't really drop below, I think, 90. Usually hovers between 90 to 110, 115. I think it squeaks up to 120 a couple times frames per second. But that's more than enough for me. Maybe for some of you guys on a 144 gigahertz monitor, you'll want something more than this. But for all purposes, the way I game, this is way more than enough. I noticed that I don't get any screen tearing. I did get screen tearing with only one card though, so it seems like it's doing pretty well. But yeah, pretty bad gameplay, but yeah, you pretty much get the picture. The frame rate on this is fairly good for what I'm doing, and probably what you're doing if you're looking into SLIing these cards. So now on to The Witcher 3. At first, I didn't realize that the VSync for The Witcher 3 was keeping my frames per second down to 45, but here I notice it. I go to the graphics, and I turn that VSync off, and I'm playing without Hairworks. Okay, so at this point, I'm at all high settings, and I'm getting around 75 frames per second right now. It dips below that, it goes a little bit above that. As a general thing, I would say it stays around 75. Now when I switch to Ultra, again, I keep those Hairworks off. It is a GPU killer when you use that whole thing. And my post-processing, I changed to high right here as well. Okay, so that's the max anti-aliasing that you'll get, and now I'm sticking around 60. I'm at around 55 right now, 57, 56, and it's going to stay around there. It's going to fluctuate a little bit, but I never saw any major tearing. I never saw major frame rate drops. It seems pretty strong in The Witcher at ultra settings. So now on to kind of a price comparison of the 970, 980, and then a version of the 4 GB 960. That's not the same 960 as I had, but I paid around 200 to 210 for both of mine. So I mean, you can kind of use this to kind of gauge, is this worth your money to buy it? Was it worth mine? I say yes, because I'm not gonna be going out and buying a 1440p monitor or a 4K monitor. I had already bought one 964 gigabyte, that super clock, for an old rig that I then, after building this one, was like, hey, I don't want to have to sell this card, and I don't want to spend another $500 for a new card. And so the best option for me at the time was just to buy another card. It actually was a refurbished card, so it was about $200 for that same super clock 4 GB version of the 960. I think it just all comes down to what your situation is. Personally, if you can sell, if you already have one and you can sell it, sell that 960 instead of buying a second 960. Otherwise, if you just have that extra $200 that you just want to upgrade and you have the option to, and it's just plug and play, go ahead and do that. But overall, I'm extremely happy with my setup. I absolutely love the way these two cards in SLI are. Maybe in the future I'll do some overclocking, because right now they're only getting up to 75 degrees Celsius, so I have some headroom. But anyways, guys, my time is up, so I'm Screaminal, and I'll see you guys later.